Hi Libra, welcome to your deep love reading for the first 2 weeks of October. I hope you guys are doing great today. Remember guys, these messages are general. Take what resonates, throw out the rest, and try to make it fit if it doesn't. I'm going to start with the wisdom of the oracle. It's between worlds, okay? So let's pull the second, which is a healing yourself oracle. Let's see what we get here. So the between worlds is about transitions. It's like not being quite out of one situation and fully engaged in another, right? It's kind of like temporary blindness to a situation. And then we have selling out. Interesting energies here we have for you. So let's talk about the selling out first, because this is really about your integrity and your inner strength are being severely tested right now, Libra. You know, they are. You have an opportunity to act with either fear or love. And like, what is it going to be here? Because when, you know, where in your life you really have to look at, are you selling out or acting out of integrity? You know, having to do with this relationship, getting into a relationship, getting out of a relationship. How are you existing in a relationship? You know, are you living in a toxic environment, making yourself sick, you know, in the pursuit of freedom from the relationship, or just maybe a financial security, but you're having to stay within the connection. You know, it's going to resonate differently for each of you, but this energy asks for you to find the courage to stand up for your convictions and take steps toward doing what you really love, getting in touch with what it is that you really ultimately want for yourself in your life. You know, selling out is very linked to a shadowy archetype around our fears around survival and power, responsibility, success, you know, all these things that require us to be successful, to be autonomous and independent, right? But on the lighter side, this energy can lead you to a freedom of self-expression and choice and love, you know? So it really is about, you know, where have you been selling yourself out for a relationship to happen, you know, in any area. So something to really very much look at, because then we have between worlds, you know? So when it comes to relationships with this energy, this is very much about this being a time of exploration, really, you know, between you and another person. And it could be somebody that you're with right now. So it could be a partner, a husband, a wife, somebody that you're currently with, just a long-term relationship. Or this could even be you getting involved with a new energy right now. But it's not a time of certainty, right? It's really more, between worlds is more of an energy of curiosity and discovery, because you don't yet know if like whatever you're in is going to last forever. And even if you've been in something for many, many years, you know, many of you are in this space of saying like, I don't know if this is the right thing for me. I don't know if I'm supposed to be here. So really allow yourself to explore who you are and also what's being reflected back to you from them. But, you know, pay attention to that, because this energy, this relationship, this is meant to educate you about yourself. You know, really get in touch with what you need and what you like and what you don't like and what values are important to you. And it's a very critical phase, though, Libra, very critical phase of your relationship and just within the cycle of your life overall that can't be dismissed. And it definitely should not be hurried or, you know, poo-pooed or shoved under the rug or anything like that. You know, definitely pay attention to the energy that's coming up here as far as sort of being between things. Where do you feel like you've been selling yourself out? Saying yes just to keep the peace, right? That's a very Libra thing to do, right? Because you guys are the scales. You're all about peace and all of that. But you guys are also about truth, right? Let's not forget that. You guys are all about truth. So, all right. So let's pull some past, present, near future, and final outcome energies as well. So starting with the Two of Pentacles. See, a Two of Pentacles is like two choices, right? You might be in a space of multitasking as well, but you feel like you're coming from a space of not feeling very happy. Then we have Death and Rebirth. Working with the Ace of Swords, so some sort of mental clarity is being had on your end, Libra, which is really actually pretty damn beautiful. Even though it brings with it a new set of issues, but this is a good period to have the mental clarity in. Okay, we have the Ace of Wands, so we have some We have some reversals cooking here. Very interesting. I only got like a couple of reversals this month. Very interesting. This round of readings. So we have the Eight of Cups and the Two of Pentacles. Okay, so the Two of Pentacles, again, is about two choices, weighing different options, right? But the Eight of Cups energy is very interesting because it's about withdrawal and retreating and moving on and abandoning something. And sometimes we can't do this right away. You know, it's kind of illogical to think that we can. But at least emotionally you are. There's definitely this element of withdrawal, of pulling back, of kind of retreating within self. And it's you're trying to weigh things out. So this is, I feel like this is the energy that you were coming into this with. And what you're thinking about is your wish fulfillment, right? You're thinking about your happiness. You're absolutely thinking about your happiness. Now, for some of you who are single right now, the Eight of Cups energy is there could be this abandonment of you being single. And I know that sounds silly, but you want to think about it like this. The Eight of Cups energy is a Saturn and Pisces energy. Saturn is really does represent struggle and challenge and the past and karma and the way we've been. And Pisces is about the wishes and dreams that we have. And if you maintain this, state of singlehood, right, and you don't allow yourself to go out and meet people, you're never going to have that relationship that you see in your mind's eye. You're not going to do that. So it's like once you release, all of a sudden you find that you have these choices, these options, right? And so you're very focused on your happiness here. Whether you're with somebody or not, you're very focused on your wish fulfillment. Whatever it is that you want, that you wish for yourself, you're focused on fulfilling that. And we have this Five of Cups energy, though, which is this feeling of loss and regret and grief and feeling abandoned and feeling unloved. So for some of you, you may be going after like starting your own business, finishing that degree, whatever it is that you've been wanting to do that's been on your bucket list, but your partner is really not showing up for you. This is coming into this energy. Some of you are going to resonate with it like that. Others of you, you're putting yourself out there. You have all these options if you're single. You're kissing a lot of frogs, but nobody's showing up. And you're starting to feel kind of like dejected about the whole thing and kind of regretful that you even started in the first place, because sometimes it is easier to just sit home and be alone, right? You don't have to deal with all the heartache and the nonsense and the potential lies and player energies and all of that nonsense, right? But you know better than that, right? You know that you need to put yourself out there because you are focused on bringing yourself this true happiness that you're looking for, right? Because that is the Nine of Cups energy. It's about wishes coming true and material abundance and good health and sharing and doing all that stuff. So then we have the Six of Wands and the Death and Rebirth. This is currently right now. Very interesting to me because we have this Nine of Cups energy. You focusing on your wish fulfillment. We have the Six of Wands, which indicates success. But then we have the Death and Rebirth. So definitely lots of changes going on for you right now, my friends. There's no question, right? The Death and Rebirth energy is indicative of big changes, endings, knowing that it's time to move on. You're going through a rebirth process, certainly a transformation process, and there is a lot of success here. So I feel like for a lot of you, if maybe the relationship area isn't so good, your work area might be going better, right? So you might be finding success for many of you, in work over relationship, okay? Yes. Now, also for others of you, let's say that you're single, Libra, and if you're a single Libra and, you're kissing a bunch of frogs coming into this energy and you're like, whatever. You might be in the Death and Rebirth can definitely indicate you taking a different perspective, having a different approach to relationship, going after people that you would normally maybe not go after, changing your strategy. If you went after a particular type of person previously and that didn't work out, you realizing if I keep doing what I did, I'm going to keep getting what I got. So you realizing that you want to end dealing with relationships in that particular way. And it ends up being really good for you because the Six of Wands is a very successful energy. We have the Ace of Swords working with the Four of Pentacles. I don't blame you at all for this Four of Pentacle energy because this is about feeling very self-protective. Some of you may be feeling self-protective as well as protective of your money. So if you're hanging with an energy who's like, maybe trying to get at your coin. That you could be dealing with that. But in the same way, I do feel for it because it's mental, emotional, and physical connection. In addition to it literally being money and resources, you could be in a space of just feeling very protective of yourself. But I like the Ace of Swords here because, again, mental clarity, new ideas. But with new ideas and with mental clarity does often come some conflict. This is some conflict that can go on here as well. Some of you might be having to get surgery because Ace of Swords is a surgery energy as well. I'm feeling that need to protect oneself. So some of you may even just be like pulling back from a relationship because you really need to focus on yourself because you may need a procedure. Somebody needs to hear that. But nonetheless, right now there is this idea of ending, rebirth. There's transformation. So now in the near future, we have the Ace of Wands in the reverse, and this is about rejection and a false start and some sort of delay. Could even be almost like a brutal energy, like somebody just being very, very mean, right? It could just be a very mean energy. And we have this working with the Emperor, which is a nice energy, right? This is about taking the bull by the horns and being the leader of something. So for some of you may be ending a relationship and meeting somebody really amazing, to be honest. Because the Emperor can indicate meeting a new relationship, somebody who is very faithful, who is very respectful, who understands how to handle relationship. It's an Aries energy, which is ruled by Mars. So it's like, come on, let's go. Let's do this relationship kind of thing. But I do see here, we're dealing with this rejection energy. So perhaps you met somebody new in this near future and they ended up, no, I'm not getting that at all. I have to tell you. I'm not getting that at all. I'm not. Because what I'm getting here, I'm getting a couple of energies here. This is so not going to resonate with everybody. But I have to tell you, I'm just going to do this. Look, I'm going to put the Emperor in the upright, right on top of this Page of Pentacles energy, which is very patient, very hardworking. Okay, wait a minute, Libra. This may be you. The Emperor may be you. Maybe you just started your own business. You're starting your own enterprise. You started a new job. You just got a new raise. Some sort of good money news came in for you. At the same time, you're dealing on the emotional front with some rejection, some delay, some mean behavior. And then we have the Three of Cups in the reverse. So the Three of Cups energy in the reverse is about that there could be gossip here, but there's like a lot of partying. Somebody may be drinking too much, maybe doing too much of the wrong thing, not being supportive of you. So here, it's like I see you working really hard and somebody not being very supportive of you. This being like a man-child or a woman-child. Do you know what I'm saying? Energy that you're dealing with. I feel like you're very focused on the right things right now. I really do. It does seem like that. And I'm not saying that because I'm speaking to you. I'm saying that because that's what I know, first of all, in your astrology does indicate, but also what the cards are telling me very directly. All right, let's see what we have here. So we have the Strength upright. Okay, good. So we have the Knight of Wands in reverse. So the Knight of Wands in reverse is very kind of like a chaotic person. Very like sexual excess, very impulsive, very sort of player energy is all over the place, a little bit of a hot mess. This, this male, female, doesn't matter, but this is like chaotic energy, right? They can't get it together. But then we have the Strength energy here, and the Strength is about self-love, unconditional love, self-respect, being brave, being courageous. So Libra, I feel like you're, again, like a man or woman child is what you're dealing with, but this is hurting you. I mean, we have the Five of Swords here. This is hurting you. There's no question. It's like you feel like you're being bullied. And whenever we have swords, and with swords, then we have a Five of Swords, the idea of theft is here. But because the sword energy to me always brings to mind, truth, communication, words. We have theft involved in that. There's gaslighting here. There's narcissistic behavior. There's projection. This could literally be manipulation. It could be manipulation about money, but it's hurting you. This is not a comfortable, this is an abusive relationship. This is an abusive connection. And then we have the King of Wands. This is a bully. I'm sorry. This is somebody who's like a very sort of bully, out of control, kind of very self-centered sort of energy. I'm sorry, Libra. That is what I'm getting. And I'm not getting that it's you. I get very specifically where it's you. All right, now, let's go back to this. Where are you selling yourself out, my friend? No, no, no. This is not a good energy for you. You stay in that Emperor strength energy and you do you, you be you. All right. Well, we're going to see what else we have. Let's pull some Lenormand. That came through very strong. Guys, even if you're single, I feel like you are meeting somebody who is not truly. Cross watchers, you can get mad at me all day long. That's okay. I feel like whoever this is, they're not worthy of kissing your feet. Honestly, Libra, not a healthy energy here at all is what I'm saying. Now, I do have to say the energies can always be vice versa. They could always be flip-flopped. But it is certainly what I'm... that came across very strong. Very strong. But it could be vice versa. You know, you might be the one that's a man-child or a woman-child. But I don't think so. I just don't. I don't. No. You know, you guys have had Mars retrograde in that 7th house, right? Well, anyway, for those of you who are Libra rising, right? Because when we talk about house placements, it only goes according to rising sign, never sun sign or moon sign or Venus. So those of you, if you know that you are a Libra rising and you're watching for that, right? You guys have had Mars retrograde in that 7th house of relationships. It's been tough. And it's going to be tough until, again, the middle of November. You're going to be getting some very good support. Keeps coming out. Doesn't matter how I shuffle. So I love it. I love it. I love it. The Lilies is getting a message from either somebody really wise, an older wise person in your life, or getting a message from the other side. Somebody who's passed over, who loves you, who's seriously watching out for you. No joke. Libra, pay attention to smells. Pay attention to repeating numbers. Pay attention to when you suddenly feel a chill out of nowhere, or you feel cold out of nowhere, or hot out of nowhere, or out of nowhere your technology starts to bug out. Pay attention to obviously seeing a feather. Obviously, is that a lot of you guys know that. Anything that seems synchronistic, all of a sudden you're flooded with memories out of nowhere, or you hear a song that reminds you that you haven't heard of in forever, that somebody would know that you liked. Really pay attention. You're very protected right now. I really get that. We got the dice and take a chance. Something is a gamble. More wisdom. Oh, love it. Love it. You guys are so protected right now. I'm loving it. So a message is coming in. Somebody is trying to gnaw away. Somebody might be trying to siphon away money from you, quite literally. Or the mice is something is gnawing away at you, Libra, and you know the truth. You know what it is. But it's the dealing with it, and it's the unpacking, and it's the dealing with it out in the 3D that's troubling. But you have so much support. Look at you. Libra, that's either you if you are a female, or if you are a man and this is your significant other. If you're in a male-female relationship, this would be a partner. Recognizing that there is, now this could be, if you are a male Libra, this could be your female counterpart, your female partner, doing something kind of shady here for you. Like there's something about them that's gnawing away at you. Maybe they're with you for money, or they're trying to manipulate you because of money, or something like that. If you are a female Libra, this is you recognizing that something shady is going on here, or looking at getting honest with something that's deeply troubling you about this relationship right now. Okay. Yeah, I like it. As above, so below. Very important to understand right now. Yep. Good. This is, okay, very clear message, very straightforward. You have blessings that are available to you. You have a lot of protection. The Tower in Lenormand is about protection. This could actually be from some sort of institution, meaning, keeping it real, Libra, if it's time to get divorced, it's going to go beautifully. If it's time to separate from somebody having to do with any sort of legal, where there's any sort of legal involved, it's going to go in your favor. So that will be good as far as a relationship goes. But there is this message that's being given to you from the other side that you need to take a chance, and you need to pay attention to where in your life do you feel like something is gnawing at you. You've been very, very patient, but now it's time to start understanding, as above, so below. What you allow in your 3D is going to end up underneath, internal, inside of you. You don't want to keep maintaining an unhealthy existence, because it will end up literally making you sick. It's not worth it, and you're not going to end up having that firm foundation. You're just not going to have it. So, but extricating yourself from it is going to serve to be some conflict. There's going to be a lot of back and forth. It's going to be hard for you, but that difficult part, that challenge, getting over that mountain, is actually going to be a blessing, and you're going to end up so much stronger than you were before, because we have this beautiful energy as the final energy, which is the house, which is that fourth house of home, of security, of feeling grounded, feeling rooted, feeling loved, feeling safe. Pull some Crystal Visions oracles, anything, Crystal Vision Tarot, anything else we need to know about what's going on here. Maybe a little bit of information, more information for our Libra friends. How this is going to play out for them, please. Ace of Cups. Beautiful. You're going to meet somebody new. You're going to meet somebody new. It's going to be easier to deal with all of this. You're meeting somebody new. Four of Wands, amazing, beautiful, strong foundation. It's a honeymoon card. Fabulous. It's new energy. Page of Swords. Page of Swords. This is about, first of all, Swords of Truth. So a truth is going to be coming to you through some sort of serendipitous circumstance. So this could simply be by an absolute realization. This could be the message that somebody is trying to get you on, give to you from the other side. I don't want you to be surprised, though, with the Page of Swords energy, if there is gossip surrounding your situation, prying eyes surrounding your situation, dealing with somebody who might be stalking you on social media, somebody who is saying bad things about you to other people. Gossipy energy. Page is very immature. Swords are words. So what do we do when we're immature with words? We gossip. Gossip. Don't let that be a thing, though, for you. Just try to ignore it. Separation. Snake. Competition. Enemy. Malicious. Looking over your shoulder. The other woman. Butterfly. Relationship evolving. Healing. Growing. Guys, a lot of times the evolution in the relationship is to end it. Do you understand that? I mean, I would be blowing smoke up your behind if I always said, oh yeah, everything. It depends on your situation. You're going to know how this resonates with you, but I can tell you that the same way as Jupiter, even though it's a very beautiful energy, it's the most positive energy, sometimes having a Jupiter energy means pulling us through a very painful situation so that we can be rebirthed on the other side. And that's the same thing with the butterfly energy here. So it's good no matter how we get there, but I don't want you to think that this means the relationship evolving to a beautiful, because it says the next phase, healing your inner child, right? Third house of communication. Sagittarius, that's the ninth house of belief systems. And then we have the North Node. The North Node is about, North Node actually is in Gemini, and Gemini is the landlord of the third house. So there's going to be a lot around not only communicating, but learning. But there's a lot of communication going on here. So I feel like a lot of you may be communicating And it's interesting too, because Gemini and Sagittarius are ascendant, descendant from each other. They work together, right? They're partners in astrology, a Gemini and Sagittarius. So I see you really reformulating your belief system, getting yourself out there and communicating, getting on social media, making networking, meeting new people outside of some sort of unhealthy situation that you may have found yourself in. And with this North Node energy, it's about learning something new. Learning something new, meeting somebody new. Via the internet, via social media, via... The third house is any form of communication. So you could be at like a conference and work, or, you know, really anywhere where there's communication involved. Okay, beautiful. We have Venus, love, right? Focusing on your ruler here. Focusing on what you need. Keeping a close eye on it, right? It's about beauty and harmony and romance and receiving and magnetism and pleasure and attraction. Beautiful. Indulgence. Style. Style. You guys are so good at that, right? Hard to find a Libra who does not know their way around fashion, beauty, of something. If it's not literally clothes and makeup and hair, it's beautiful home or fabulous food. Right? And are you with somebody who actually appreciates those things about you? Air element, communicating, beautiful. Very nice. Yeah, good. So really focusing on that, you know, that Mercury energy. Nice. All right, my friends, that is what I have for you. There's a lot here. This is a heavy reading for me, actually, and you guys are my last one, and I think this was my heaviest one. But I wish you guys the best. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time. Take care now. Bye-bye.